I originally was going to bottle feed, and her father asked me one day, you know, do you plan on bottle feeding, breastfeeding? I'm like, think bottle feeding. He's like, you know, I was born with allergies and asthma, and you don't have any of that. And I thought about it for a sec, you know, because of all the immunities and everything. I'm like, that's actually a really good point. And I'm like, all right, breastfeeding it is. And it was the best decision I ever made, because that girl is just like me, immune to most things, healthy as hell, smarter than, she's gonna make me feel dumb by the time she's 4.
For sure.
That girl is so intelligent. And I started teaching her sign language, and you know, she'll start clawing at my shirt and like, what do you want? Milk, please. She has no problem breastfeeding. She never did. She latched on like a champ from moment one. I got lucky in that one because I know there are moms who don't have that luxury, that, you know, put them on, they're good to go from the beginning and smooth sailing. So it's hard for me to sometimes associate with moms because of that, but I know that's the case. I just got lucky.
Okay, well, I'll make it brief because I could be going on forever. I will say, I had my first child like at 28 or something, but I breastfed her, and then I tried to backtrack because my nipples were cracking, and you know, it was new for me. So I tried to give her the bottle, and she turned beet red and said, "Lady, if you don't get this bottle out of my face." So I owe my first daughter, who's 15 now, she's the reason why I stuck with it. I was no hero. She made me stick with it. So I breastfed her, and my son, and my 4-year-old who's now 4. And then my last one, she was the worst on my breast. She was brutal, still kind of is,
but she loves it.
Very rough on the breast. So all were very different, and I would not have traded that or given that up for the world. I have such a great bond with them. I was just listening to Laurel had a podcast or something.
No.
She had a podcast, but something stuck out with me, and what stuck out is that, and forgive me, I'm paraphrasing this, the baby's not even finished developing until you start breastfeeding them. You think that they're done when they come out the womb and they're all finished, you know? No. Breastfeeding is still an extension of development and growth. You know, when you put it that way in layman's terms, it's like, wow, they're not even done yet.
No, it helps.
So a lot of people just cut it off and just, you know, give the bottle, but there's still so much more.
It helps develop their brains, and
absolutely,
their immunities, and
DNA. It goes deeper than what we ever think it goes deep. It just goes deep. So if you're stopping and if you're not breastfeeding your child, you're not finishing the process.
And there's still more and more research, because there's still not a complete understanding of how far breastfeeding helps out in the development of children.
Yeah, so anyway, that was my story about my 4 children, and I'm still nursing. She'll be 17 months, although she's still very rough with the breast.
But she's adorable.
But she's actually kind of self-weaning, you know, right now. We don't do it as often, but that's okay. It's a natural process.
Well, Raina's, when we're out and about, normally she won't, except when she's not feeling well.
Yeah.
Or teething. But when we're home, it's all about the boob.
It's all about the boob.
It's all about the boob.
I want that on a t-shirt.
I know, right? It's all about the boob.
I do.
Hi, I'm Casey Hughes. I'm the Senior Manager of Community Engagement here at Boston Children's Museum. And I heard about baby cafes through Vital Village. A number of staff at the museum go to the Vital Village Network meetings, and we do have an infant toddler space here at the museum. It's a space dedicated to 0 to 3-year-olds and their development, and I thought, well, maybe we should host one of these breastfeeding support groups. It seemed like a natural fit. And also, I had a terrible breastfeeding experience. My son is now 12, but when he was a baby, I really needed support, and I did have a mom support group. It wasn't breastfeeding specific, but I think if I had a support group like these ladies, it would have been a lot easier, and I didn't breastfeed for that long. And I think I could have kept going if I had that support. So, you know, we get tons of families coming to the museum, and it seemed like if they're already here, maybe they would be interested in a support group. And so we often have kind of a very free-flowing group of people who discover us and hang out and talk, and you know, we can affect one person at a time very organically.
Boston Children's Museum is definitely the place to be.